welcome back to Vigor. It is your boy, Stealth Jet, leader of the JSS. Welcome back to Sawmill. Yeah, we haven't been here in a while, rather. And I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below, but I do believe that this is my crowd's second favorite. And our first crowd favorite is Fjellkanten because, it's Fjellkanten, obviously. But I do believe that this is the second crowd favorite. And if you agree with that, then, just drop it in the comments saying like, hey, Jet, this is my favorite map. Let's go. So, yeah, we're here. And one thing I learned about this map, due to shootouts and how they're placed on this map, there is exactly one place where everybody goes to try and get 300 XP. That's a fancy way of saying people come to the sawmill, on sawmill, to kill people. Makes sense, right? Okay, cool. In this video, it's not going to be about me. Remember, there are 8 people here on this lobby. 8. Okay? Now, let's track how many gunshots we hear and how many significant events occur as well. Alright, so I decide to go for a comm station. Nothing too important. And I keep it moving. The most important thing you can do in this game is to keep it moving. It's the most important thing you can do. If you stay in one spot, more than likely, someone's going to run across you. You feel me? Okay. Time's safe. Well, I'm already here. And everybody should be walking up toward this area. So, why not try to unlock it? I ping the first padlock. And I go up. And I find a picture. Okay, cool. So now I got loot set up. And it's about to be great. It is about to be great. And now we're going to come down to the second floor. And now we're going to try to find the other padlock too. Here it is. Okay, cool. Now, run up here and tap the second padlock. One significant event just happened. Gunshots. Somebody died. Okay? Or at least somebody got shot at. You feel me? Okay. Now I'm up here. And I'm thinking about what my next move should be. Well, obviously, I should probably just go down there and loot the time safe. Well, I would, except I get pinged. Significant event number 2. So I get pinged in a sawmill. Significant event number 3. I get mortared. Twice. Let me explain to you how scary that should be. I got mortared twice on top of the sawmill. Here's what should scare you. You got to see and be on one knee. You got to see where you're dropping the mortars at. And then you got to be on one knee and moving or stationary to drop said mortars. You can't drop mortars while prone, at least in this patch. So old boy who dropped the mortars on me was on one knee, probably out in the open. Nobody shot at him. and nothing happened to him. But instead, I get mortared twice. So yeah, in my panic, I kind of hit the detector, and I forgot the tower was used. So, don't be me, kids. Don't be me. What I'm saying is this: the guy had eyes on me. The first time he did it, the first mortar strike, he was doing that just because he was dropping it on top of a red dot that he's seen on the map. The second time, he probably saw me. He probably did, because that shit was like to the right of where the first strike was. And I was moving, guess what? To my right. See what I'm saying? Now, knowing old boy has one PSD used, you don't bring just one PSD into a match, you bring two. So why not confirm his theory that I'm still inside a sawmill? I'm going to place a transmitter at the base underneath the first floor. Now here's what's key. The map shows you location, not elevation. I could be on the first floor, second floor, third floor, roof. He don't know. He just knows that I'm at this grid square. Not me, but my transmitter is at one grid square. Alright, cool. I got the time safe. I wanted to make sure that it was, safe before I got the safe. And now we relocate. We indeed relocate. But then, significant event number 4. Now, wait a minute. That's 2. Like I said, this episode is not about me. Your surroundings will tell you a story. I got pinged once, mortar strike twice, and yet we got 2 more mortar strikes happening on the other side of the sawmill. And all I'm trying to do is get this picture. So I'm going to mark it. And that's a grenade. Remember now, 8 people were here at the very beginning of this match. So I decided to try my luck once again. Come up here to the roof and try to find something. Where those mortars landed, they told me the rough location of where somebody's at. You feel me? But also, the user, or users really, of these mortars, they like to drop mortars on buildings. You feel me? So, I'm gonna keep that in mind and just stay out in the open. Is that gonna come back and bite me in the ass? It almost did. It almost did. You seen that? That shit almost caught me in the head. It almost did. Now here's what's key. They're not shooting at me. They're shooting at each other. Right? But in order for a stray bullet to go in my direction, that must mean somebody's facing me. What I just said was, between me and a guy who's shooting, there's another person. See what I'm saying? So I know where they're at. I know where they were shooting at. Now it's a matter of positioning myself and trying to land a smooth, silent headshot. But it's not that simple. You feel me? It's not that simple. There's a small window, even smaller if you're dealing with a sweat, that they're vulnerable. Looting a body. If they don't loot the body, super sweat too, and they keep going, and they just kill for fun, you have no shot. Unless you're a madman and you shoot just because you see him running away. See what I'm saying? Now, there's a fine line. It's a really fine line between approach and alert. You approach too close, they go on alert. If you don't approach too close, you're not giving them a chance to go on alert because they already moved on. What I just said was, you were too slow. Once you master that balance, and trust me, it's different depending on the player, the location, the surroundings, daytime or nighttime, you name it. It's a fucking balancing act, really. But I feel like these guys, are hella aggressive. Hella aggressive. You see, they dropped 4 mortar strikes between the two of them. Unless I'm wrong in that fact, where you can have like 4 mortar strikes on a person at one time. I only take 2 myself, so I would not really know, to be honest with you. So what I'm looking for here is movement. I always say a lot of shit in my videos, but this is one thing that stays key. Vigor and its atmosphere is static. What does that mean? That means this, in like any map, is as still as a painting. Anything that moves is 80%, 90% of the time a person. Think about it, guys. There's no trucks, there's no cars, there's no train. Nothing moves except people. And a bush swaying back and forth, and a tree swaying back and forth, or the leaves on a tree, and that's it. That's it. So, if you spot movement way off in the distance, that's not some random ass leaf, that's a person. So I'm using that here. It's daytime, it's clear, it's quiet. Wait a minute, fuck everything, it's quiet. Nobody's using the detector either. It's mad quiet. I thought about getting that cache when I looked at the map, but I'm like, wait a minute. Ain't shit happening. Somebody's here, and they're probably going to use a PSD. And that's why I hover over my transmitter and I think, if I place one right here, is it going to help me? Probably not. Because I plan to get closer to the airdrop. Why would I place the transmitter behind me? You understand what I'm saying? Now, as I'm looking, I don't spot shit. There's 2 airdrops down there. 2. Double trouble. And yet, nothing's happening. There's a really thick smoke and mirrors play going on. Nobody's here, or somebody's here, and they're hiding. You won't know until you walk past the smoke and see a mirror. And that mirror is either going to reflect your death or yourself. Understand what I'm saying? So, thinking ahead, I'm like, I wonder if anybody came over here to get this fuel. A viewer told me that there's always 5 fuel over here unless somebody already looted it. So, I'm going to swing over here, and sure enough, 5 fuel. Last second meta. Tick-tock, clock goes off. If anybody is going to make a move, it's going to be right now. It's going to be right now. So I wait for a little bit. And yeah, I'm participating in the last second meta. I am. It hurts me because this shit's annoying as fuck. But it's the truth. And I decide I'm going to go for the detector. But first, check the bushes. Do a little circle real quick. Don't get shot at. Okay. Moment of truth. Do I get shot at now? No. Okay. Bet. What's going on? Only one person. Only one person. Remember, there were 8 people here at the very beginning. 8. What the fuck happened to them? We only heard, what, like 5, if not 4 significant events? And yet, nobody's around. So, I look up there and I spot the airdrop up there and I'm like, wait a minute, bro, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that. Fuck out of here. That's too much work to get one common airdrop. That's what I'm saying. So, I'm gonna leave. Knowing I got a time safe. I could have got a picture. I could have. But when you hear shit and you realize that the danger is coming toward you, you gotta make a play. either stay and try to end it all by taking out the threats, or you move on. In this case, what I did is I stayed and tried to take out the threats, but I was too late. So out of 8 people, there was only myself and one other person. Yeah, they could have taken exits, they could have. But we heard shots and then we heard mortars. And I almost got shot myself. The aggression was high in this encounter, but I avoided it and I came out alive. You all can do the same thing. When shit goes down, you can either try to make the shit stop or go about your business. I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until next time, peace.